Hi, everybody, and welcome to day two of Life Economics. We are ready for payday now. You guys, if you did the work for day one, the reflection day one, you looked at a job, you found a job. I'll link you out to that in just a minute. If you stick with me today, there's four things that you've got to be able to do. The first is you'll understand what gross pay means. You'll get that term gross pay. Number two, you will learn what deductions come out of your paychecks. The basic deductions, you'll be able to put more when you become an adult. You'll figure that out. The third thing you'll find out is what net pay is. We'll go over what net pay means. And the fourth thing today is you will fill out the form on taxes and find out what deductions you take out, and you'll find out what your take-home money to spend in the game we're about to do, the game of life. So let's take a look at today. Today is payday. So you get paid, you get your first check, and you get all excited because you think, okay, I'm supposed to make $36,000 a year. That means I should get $3,000 a month. And you get the check and you realize it's not $3,000. What's going on? Well, everybody gets a little piece of the pie, and you're paying for goods and services to our country and to your state. And we're going to go over those right now. So you get that payday, common sense, as I said. If you have a salary of 12 months, salary divided by 12 months is your monthly money. This says right here, if you made $36,000, that's what you agreed to make in a year, divided by 12, you should get $3,000 a month. That $3,000 a month is your gross pay. I see my head is right in the way of it there. Can I move myself? Hey, look. Maybe I can. Not very much, I guess. Gross pay, GROSS. That is the total money you get before deductions. I mean, your gross pay in a year, if $36,000 your salary is $36,000. Again, gross pay is everything, all you get. But wait, taxes and other deductions come out. Just yesterday was tax day, April 15th, today, April 16th, as I'm talking to you. You'll get your gross and net pay. As you can see that you get it when you get your paycheck. You'll get a form that will give your name, your employee identification number, which is oftentimes your social security number. If you haven't, by the time you get to be my age, you'll have it memorized fairly well. What your gross pay should have been, and then all these things you see over here: federal withholding, state withholding, social security. Those are all different deductions you can take, and there's that term deduction. Things taken out of your paycheck. Some you have no say. You have to pay FICA. You have to pay federal tax. You have to pay state tax. And some you can choose to pay. Where you see that 401k, I strongly recommend that as soon as you start working a job, you put some in a retirement fund if you can afford to do so. So you can see that the net pay up here is less than the gross pay. So let's figure some of that out. The first one is federal tax. Money goes directly to the federal government, Washington, D.C., the IRS. They use it to build roads. They use it to pay salaries for our lawmakers. Anything the government does at all, the Army, new weapons, that's all comes out of the federal taxes. You can see right here, this was based on 2015, where the money went. You saw that. You can see that most of it went to Social Security, unemployment, and labor. A lot of the money went to Medicare and health, the military, and then all these other over here. And you can find diagrams like this all over the place now. FICA. Remember, we talked about FDR. And FDR as president put in plans for retirement. Social Security. You kick money in now so that when you get to be retirement age, or if you get disabled, you can get that money back out. Understand clearly, Social Security, you're paying into that. It's not a benefit that the government is giving you. You're paying in as you work. So as you get older, you can take it out, or if you get disabled, you can take it out. And that's the Federal Insurance Contribution Act. Social Security, that's part of FICA. Old age benefits, life expectancy, when they put it in, it used to be 61. Now it's 79. We're living longer. And it's supposed to cover the expenses of the elderly. But the thing is now that we're living longer, should we push back when you get the Social Security benefits till later? That's something they've discussed. Survivor benefits, income loss of death or spouse. We talked earlier about my mom getting ill. And when I was a minor, I was getting Social Security benefits because we lost her salary in our home. So if you get injured, that kicks in. Also, Medicare. Medicare came about in 1966, and that gives insurance to elderly, those over 65, and some people with severe disability. I mean, my dad, who's 88, going on more, he has Medicare, and that makes sure that the elderly do have insurance. That's all part of the FICA tax. State tax, I need to change this picture. Scott Walker is no longer the governor. Tony Evers is now. We pay part of your paycheck goes to the state tax to cover things within the state of Wisconsin. So those are some of the taxes that you will see. Then you have a choice if you want to. You can set aside money for retirement. And I know that I put some of my paycheck away every month to go to when I'm retirement. I'm getting closer and closer all the time to start to get my money that I've been putting in. All right, so what that brings me to is net pay. All right, the gross pay is everything. The deductions are the taxes that you take out, and net pay is just gross pay minus taxes or any other deductions. It's what you take home to live off of. So if your gross pay is $3,000, and by the time you're done paying taxes, your net pay may be $2,400, and that's what you have to build your budget off of. And that's where we're going. All right. Now, that said, let me get out of that. Your next up, reflection 2, and hopefully I'll pop back in. There I am. Reflection 2 for Life Economics will deal with your taxes. And this is what you're going to do today, Thursday. It's pretty simple, pretty quick. We'll take a look down here really quickly. There's a couple links for you to see. You'll just fill in that chart for me, and you'll be done today. But we're going to show you how to fill in the chart right now as we go up. I asked you yesterday to fill out a form and tell me what jobs you might like. And I have a spreadsheet right there attached to it. Now waiting for it to pop in. I took your jobs that you asked for off the list so people couldn't see what everyone else's jobs were. And I had to go through, and it took me quite a long time. I went to find starting salaries. And I know that's hard for some of you, the starting salaries that I picked. You're thinking, well, you know what, if I pick this job, if I picked a veterinarian, it says veterinarians make $70,000. Not at age 26. It's pretty hard to do that. And again, we talked about getting job advances, education, experience, or a special skill. Those are the 3 ways to increase your salary. But again, at age 26, you're still kind of getting started out. These salaries, moms, dads who are looking at this and thinking, I'm an idiot, I get it. These salaries are a little low. I did that on purpose. They're going to be maybe a little lower than what you get when you get out in the real world, especially 6 years from now, or especially 12 years from now when you guys get in the real world. Hopefully they'll be worth more. But these are what we're going to start with your salary. So find your name on the salary form. And it goes to the 90 kids who turned it in. I mean, there's about 30 of you. If you don't see your name here, you need to contact me today with an email. Tell me what job you want. I will give you your salary. But once you've got that, you'll come back over to here to this form. And if you pick a job, let's say that I had a job that paid $38,000. Well, the gross pay is the amount you'd get in your paycheck divided by 12. So if I said $38,000, I would go 38,000 divided by 12 months in a year. And that equals 3166.666666. I'd round that right now to $3,166.67. So if I were to put that in my gross pay right here, 3166.67. That is my current gross pay. That's what I would put in there. Now what I'm going to ask you guys to do is the dollar sign always goes in front. There it is. That's what I would have there. Now, this link right here that says taxes, if you follow that, it will take you to this website that will help you calculate your taxes. You're going to need to follow along closely here, and I'll wait for this to load. And there I am again. Once this is loaded, you follow along this part very closely. This is where most kids make their mistakes. All right. Step 1, think about where it is you want to live and work. If you have a state that you want to work in, some people have already told me, I want to be in Florida, or I want to be, fine, pick that state. When we look at the next step, next Monday and Tuesday, you pick a place to live, you'll pick that state. For me, I'm old, I'm picking Wisconsin. Now, we just said that my gross pay was $3,166.67. All right, so your gross pay for the month. Now it says gross pay method. We're going to say per pay period. Make sure you switch that to per pay period. And where it says pay frequency. Now, most of you, when you get a job, you will be paid probably every 2 weeks. But right now, for what we're going to do, because we're working on a monthly budget, we're going to have you pick monthly. So those are the things you pick right there. Then you work yourself down. No, you're not exempt from taxes. You've got to pay them. We're not going to worry about how your filing status. We're going to assume at age 26, you're all still single. The only thing you might want to think about is if you want to add to your 401k. If that's the case, you could put that in, but I'm going to say for now, just leave it alone. All right. If you do a 401k, it'll take it out before you get taxed. But for now, we're going to leave it alone. We're going to do something with our retirement later on in the game. So I hit calculate. And then I bring all these numbers up here. Federal, FICA, Medicare, state. What I'd like you to do is bring all these numbers, 325.54. Oh, wrong form. $325.54. Fat fingers here late at night. 325.54. And bring all those numbers over until you've filled out this chart, until you get your net pay. And all those numbers are right here. So if I was making this much money, $3,166.67 a month in Wisconsin, the government takes about $700 away in taxes. Ouch. Ouchie wawa. All right, so you will take that and fill that out. And once you're done, this form right here will just be automatically turned in, because I'm going to make a copy for each of you. And you'll be able to be done with the day. And I'll have a new video for you tomorrow for Friday's assignment. Friday's assignment is going to go really quick. So your work for the week is almost over as is. We're getting ready to get into the game now. We want to put the budget together tomorrow, which I'll share with you. Last thing I'll tell you before I go is I just want to remind you that every morning at 9 o'clock, I do go on YouTube if you have questions. And also starting at 9:30, I do have Google Classroom Meets, Google Meets. And the link for the Google Meets is on your Google Classroom page up near the top. There is no CNN 10 today. Just get this done and we're ready to go. All right. Hopefully you're having a good break, or not break, but hopefully you're doing well in homeschooling or online schooling, and we will talk to you soon.